Hi, welcome to Wrap 4. I'm Omar Macy. We've been receiving some overwhelming support regarding our magazine fed kits and convergent kits. So I want to take this time to discuss the 98 BT Alpha Black Carver 1, which all share the same body, which is why we're tying them all together. If we look at the guns here, we can look at the reasons why we're doing it in the first place, is to convert a Tippmann 98. Now Tippmann 98, keep in mind that it can be any of the Tippmann 98s, even from the very first generations to the most recent Platinum series. All the Airlines for either response trigger or cyclone adapters, they're all incorporated. Previous versions had another outlet down here. Platinum has it here. So what we did is we basically put all the locations for all the generations and rerouted them so we're able to use all in the same same body kit. Velocity adjustment on either side, just as in any Tippmann or BT model. Okay. Well, again, the purpose of this is to make these guns into a magazine fed and to do away for those special scenario games and mil-sim training with the hopper. It's very cumbersome. For left-handed shooters, it's actually quite terrible because they have the hopper in front of them at all times. We've heard a lot of that within our responses on forums. So for left-handed shooters, this is really the way to go. Again, the BT 98, they share lots of same traits. Of course, the difference with the BT is a removable trigger, where the 98 is in one spot. What we did with our kit, our trigger frame is also removable, so you're able to attach a BT trigger frame or keep it in any of the incarnations of the 98, and of course Alpha Black, Carver 1, Project Salvo, and all of these newer similar base designs. Okay, regarding the magwell, we've also had a lot of questions as to why we have such a radical trigger guard. Let me take this time to explain this a little bit. There's a reason why I went with this trigger guard. Primarily, there's a big gap between what is a magazine and the trigger. We can make that and see that very evidently here as a mock-up. I'll put this here, but this is pretty much what it would look like both on the BT and the 98 if you did not have this thing covering here. It's an extremely long gap between it, and this is of course based on the way the system is designed and the inlet of the paintballs. You can see this be very much the same, very close to it on the 98. Again, it's a big gap. Okay. Another purpose for this, of course, is since we're closing up the gap already, we are maximizing our use of space. We can't just have, well, we're maximizing the space so you can basically use this for a CQB situation. If you have a vest, keep in mind that that brings it out quite a bit. So it makes it a very ergonomic spot to hold it. It's actually very easy to hold. It has a great balance. Center of gravity of the gun is all right smack in the center here. And of course, the design itself has been made to be very ergonomic and to have the dynamic battle rifle styles that have been common in the past few years. In addition to that, this also serves as an ambidextrous mag release. Again, because of the system and how long it is, it would be extremely difficult to reach the magazine. So what we did is basically place the magazine release in this section. Okay, ambidextrous, so both hands you're able to release it. That's pretty much about the trigger guard. Just to keep in mind, the trigger guard, it is a little radical. It is has some heavy design intent, but it is an optional system. You are able to use a standard BT trigger frame, which includes a trigger guard, and you don't have to go this route. Same thing goes for the Tippmann 98. You can use a standard 1911 style trigger guard. And keep in mind that we will be designing other trigger guards so we can better match the look of other popular guns that have been around for the past decades, of course. And Airlines. Airlines has been another question that we've been getting quite a bit as to where are Airlines located on these kits. And well, we've done a lot of development to place the Airlines within the body. So now you're able to have Airlines go through the body, into a buttstock where it can be a 13 cubic inch tank, 5 ounce CO2 tank, remote line hose, and so forth. However, you do not need to take this kit. You are able to run the Airline down standard ASA to the tank, just like you currently have.